Good morning, darlings. Welcome to this week's weekly recap of Look What Meg Found. I'm checking one thing. Y'all be patient with me. We're having a bit of a tech issue this morning, but it is all going to be fine. Perfect. Life is back on track. We are where we're supposed to be. This is a good way to start out Tuesday. So if you do not know me, I am Meg Campbell. I am the host of Look What Meg Found. I introduce you to amazing, creative, handmade, outside of the box kind of businesses that you may not necessarily have come across if I don't introduce you to them, because some of them are local to me. Some of them I have met networking on Facebook. Some of them are near and dear, very great personal friends that I can't help but shout out what they do everywhere. So we're going to dive right in this morning. After I scratch my eye, sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going on in North Carolina, but it's hot, it's humid, and my allergies are off the charts. Again, I don't think they've calmed down this year. So let's dive right back in. You guys know I want to show you guys everything, and I want to jam-pack this with as much as possible. So we're going to dive right into a book. This is Mantis Praying. Last week, I introduced you to Ripped Tide. This is the companion book to Ripped Tide, where we go back into the life of Daniel O'Dwyer, and he investigates multiple fun things in this one. There's drug diversion in a vet's office. There is unidentified graves of unidentified children and who, what, where, when, how, all of that happened. This book is a slice of Oak Island life. This is looking at Oak Island, North Carolina through the eyes of a local. So all I can say is grab a beer, grab a comfy spot, and dive in, because you are going to be transported from where you are sitting to reading it to life on Oak Island. And I got to admit, I love it. Oak Island is near and dear to my heart. So this is a fun book. It's a fun way to take a look at a totally different way of life, because if you haven't experienced island life on a beach in North Carolina, you're missing out, honestly. You really are. So the link to this is in the description. It is a very fun mystery whodunit. The one-liners are great. The characters feel like people you have known for your entire life. And that's what makes books like these great. So take an afternoon, dive into this, read it. You will not regret your decision on this one. It's such a great book. Hey, Mel. Good morning, darling. Good morning, Nancy. I'm glad you could come play with us today. So we're going to dive in. The next one I had to pick and choose out of the set. InviousYou is an amazing company. It is all holistic body care and herbal body care, but less about, oh, okay, this is an herbal thing you can use, and more about how is this going to affect you and what you're trying to achieve. So they sent me their deluxe pamper kit. If I go through that entire kit right now, y'all, you're going to be with me for about an hour. So I picked and chose a few of my favorites, the ones that I really like, and I love it all. So it was really, really, really hard to do. So let's dive into that. Good morning, Susan. First and foremost, you've heard me say it 100 times. I live in coastal North Carolina. I run around in flip-flops. I live in flip-flops and bare feet, because you don't wear shoes when the heat index is 115 outside. So what she sent me was this is a pedicure set. This is called the Fake the Funk. It is a scrubby soap. It's scrubby on one side, not scrubby on the other. This comes into play in a minute. This is a magic additive that you put in your hot foot soak water. Now, what's in it? I don't know, nor do I want to go digging into it to find out. Here's what I know. You put it in the warm water. The water immediately gets this, and you'll get this if you've done foot soaks, this soft kind of oily feel. It smells incredible. It's got a very faint, almost gold shimmer to it. So you feel like you're really taking a minute to pamper yourself while at home, sitting in front of the TV, wishing that your feet didn't hurt quite so much. So this is magic in a can. So you soak your feet in here, and then You scrub your calluses with the scrubby side, and you wash the rest of your feet with this. It's amazing. Stick it back in the water. Soak again. Scrub all the bits off. Good to go. Take your feet out and dry them out, and you're going to notice immediately there is this really interesting sensation where your feet feel cool. I don't know what magic is in this little tin, but your feet feel cool for the next couple hours after you have soaked your feet. It is the most amazing thing in the world. This quickly becomes an addiction. When I've been at markets all day and I come back and I am hot and I am miserable, I can soak my feet and they're going to be cool. And you'll know, you keep your feet cool, the rest of you will stay a lot cooler. Good morning, Becky. Next from them, this is a set. This is the Lemon Zest hand wash and lotion set. These are packaged to be portable so that you can take them with you wherever you go. Because I, for one, am sick of the industrial hand soaps in public restrooms, no matter whether you're in a convenience store, Walmart, Walgreens, wherever. The industrial hand soaps dry my hands out. I hate the way they smell. I don't want anything to do with them. So I love the fact that I can take this with me. It smells exactly like freshly squeezed lemon. This is a foaming hand soap, but it is a hand soap. This is not a foaming hand sanitizer. It is a soap. It does require water. Now that I put it on my hand, we got to scoop it off and wipe it on a paper towel because that wasn't smart. So it is a soap. This is a hand soap, requires water, but I love it. It smells fresh. This little plastic lid pops on here and is on solid. I don't worry it's going to pop off in my purse and fill up my purse with all kinds of foam. The lotion is very thick and very creamy and smell, as you can tell, because it is very hard to shake it down in the bottle. But it's very thick and very creamy. So after you have washed your hand for the 20th time today, you can put the lotion on that smells just like the soap you used. And lemon is a very energizing, happy scent. And for a little while, you won't feel that dry, overwashed hand that you've got going on. There are so many to choose from this line that I'm like, I don't know what to do. This is a body wash. Can be used as a body wash, can be used as a bubble bath, whatever makes you happy. It's very lightly tropical scented, almost, I want to say pina colada, but a little more banana scent to it. It is very pretty. It is very sparkly. It has got all kinds of biodegradable glitter and mica in it. So it's very sparkly. It's very fun. We all have to do showers. We all have to do baths, all that good stuff. So why not elevate it and treat yourself like a queen? And last but not least, I have two face masks from them. I am a face mask junkie. I want to smear all of the stuff on my face at the end of the day to try to protect my poor little skin from all of the stuff that I put it through. This is an activated charcoal face mask. It is a very nice shade of shiny gray. You guys, if you've ever worked with a charcoal face mask, you know it's detoxifying. It will pull out all kinds of stuff you didn't know was in your pores. This you put on in a thin layer, let it dry, go back with warm water, and scrub. You want to scrub it all off and then follow up with your favorite cleanser because sorry guys, my nose is killing me. Because as you pull stuff out and detoxify, you want to make sure you get it completely off of your skin so it doesn't redeposit. I am addicted to this. This is a couple times a week for me. You should not detox more than that unless you have an active, ongoing issue. And on the other days that I'm not using that, I use her Cool Cucumber Face Mask. This one is fun, if it will focus. There we go. This is a powder that you mix with water. So you mix 1 tablespoon of this with a couple tablespoons of water. It is a very powdery mix. until you get a spreadable consistency. It's kind of hard to explain because you want something that will go on in a thin layer. You don't want it to go on like paste, but you want it to stay when you put it on. You don't want it to run down your face. This one's a lot of fun. It is, when she says cool, it is cool. It helps. In my case, I spend entirely too much time outside in the sun, as y'all can see by the issues going on with my skin. But it does help make my face cool off and calm down after entirely too many hours outside in the sun. By the queen of I forgot to put sunscreen on. Hey, Miss Carrie. So that is what I have from InviousYou. Now, her deluxe pamper kit that she sent me actually has 14 different items in it. We only went over a few because I love them all, but we can't take up the entire time to go through all of them today. So I'm going to switch gears with y'all. I'm going to introduce you to something that makes my little heart so happy. It is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I am a yarn junkie. I love all things yarn. I have for years and years and years. I love all of the things yarn. I love soft, squishy, hand-dyed yarn to the point of it being a complete obsession. This yarn, which I have it in the scheme too. I'm about to pick it up for you. This is from Nerds with Needles. They are based out of California, and they do phenomenal dyeing. They do hand-dyed yarn in a variety of fibers, a variety of yarn weights, and they have so many techniques and styles to what they do that you get these killer, amazing colors that blend seamlessly. This particular one is Spunky Punky. This is done with a sponge so that you get crisp, clear lines of color change. The transitions are very clear. It's beautiful. Now, this particular one, because I am a junkie for sock yarn, I like the thin weight. I like the small needles, the small hooks. My brain is broken, I'm well aware, but that is what I love more than anything when it comes to yarn. So this is a very, very small, thin yarn. And this is their sock blend. This is a 20% superwash merino with nylon so that it wears really well if you make socks out of it, which, yes, I am. And it can go in the washer and dryer. Now, I don't highly recommend drying it every time, but it's one of those things that if the scarf gets washed and thrown in the dryer every now and then, it's not the end of the world. It is not going to felt. And if you've ever worked with wool that is not a superwash, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not going to felt. It's not going to shrink. It's going to stand up. Now, one more really important thing about hand-dyed yarn before I show you the other scheme and the other project I'm working on is with hand-dyed yarn, when you're done with your project, after you have gone from this to this, you need to wash this. There is a variety of reasons. I can bore you guys to tears with those, but one of the reasons that you wash them is wool has memory. So you want it to be wet and then dry, and then it remembers the shape of the stitch and the shape that you want the finished garment. That's a technique called blocking. I'm not getting into that one with you guys today. But when you wash hand-dyed yarn, you expect there to be color bleed. You do. It is hand-dyed. There will be color bleed. I was beyond amazed when I washed this. The blue was the predominant color that bled. And my water was a very, very, very pale shade of blue. So there was very, very little color bleed in this. And it is stunning. Let me get you guys. If the camera will cooperate, you guys can tell I'm having issues this morning. The stitch definition on this is amazing. It holds the stitches really well. After having been washed and laid out to dry, it is not fuzzy. There is no fuzzing going on with it, but this is still soft enough that you can wear it against your skin without it being an issue. Well, if I can wrap a scarf, y'all. Y'all saw it here. I am uncoordinated and cannot wrap a scarf around my own neck. But this is still soft enough you can wear it against your skin with no irritation at all. Now, the other colorway I have from them, you all will not believe me when I tell you this. This is a dip dye. The philosophy behind this particular colorway is called leave no color behind. When you're dyeing yarn, there's two ways you can do it. You can set it in you can dye it for a certain amount of time and there is still dye left in the water and you discard that, or you keep going until their water is clear. This is the result of a no dye left behind, and it is a dip dye. So they dip it in one color and let it kind of wick up and spread up the skein. And then they rotate it and they dip it in a second color and let it kind of wick and blend up the skein as it goes. This is mermaid. Y'all already know I'm a mermaid at heart. This is phenomenal. It's the same yarn that this is. It's a sock weight, superwash, and nylon. It is all of the squishies. I could sit here and do this all day. And if I'm not squishing it, then you'll catch me doing this. People ask me why I do that when I pick up yarn. One, it's a reflex. I've been handling yarn since I was 5 years old. I can spin, I can weave, I can knit, I can crochet. I can do it all. I can go from fuzzy little critter to finished product. But the most sensitive place to know if you're going to react to a fiber is right here along your cheekbone or your inner wrist. I use my cheekbone, but I will always pick up a skein of yarn and rub it right here because I want to feel how it's going to feel on my skin. And plus, I love this yarn. This is phenomenal. Anyone who is a yarn junkie or wants to be a yarn junkie or knows a yarn junkie needs to be checking out Nerds with Needles. Let me grab this, because this one's hard to maneuver. This is mermaid wound into a ball rather than in the skein because you have to wind it in the ball to use it. It knits up as beautifully as it crochets. Let me get a focus. The stitch definition is incredible. The fact that when I'm using these tiny little pointy needles, the yarn does not split on me is honestly, it is a sign of a high quality yarn because it does not split, which means it's easy to work with. And again, I could sit here with them all day and tell you all the things about Nerds with Needles and why you need them. But we do have one more person to go over today. Last but not least today, we have A&Z's Blissful Creations. She is awesome. She is so much fun. She's a personal friend of mine, but she does laser cut and laser engraved items. She and I had lots of conversations about her wooden earrings because to me, wooden means heavy. Wooden does not mean lightweight. It does not mean delicate. It means heavy and almost clunky. So wooden earrings had me scratching my head. Absolutely scratching my head. These are the most delicate, lightweight earrings I have come across. I love the color choices on this, but here's the other advantage to going with small business. If you don't like this color, but you want this design, you can get this in any color that you want. She can custom paint these. The sunflowers I'm wearing are hers as well. These are wooden with rhinestones in the center. I am obsessed. These things are so lightweight. She also, every now and then, now you got to watch for these. She does resin earrings as well. Got to keep an eye out for these though. This is resin and glitter. Come on, it's going to focus, y'all. It's a beautiful resin and glitter. It's got great light play. And again, these are lightweight and very easy to wear. These are what I call my grown-up earrings. Y'all know grown-up and me don't go along very well. But these pair very nicely with my grown-up sweater that I wear when I have to go to grown-up events and pretend like I'm an adult. And they still have enough fun to them that I can get away with having my fun earrings without being outlandishly crazy. She also does engraving on a variety of things. This happens to be wood. There's the theme here. But this is a keychain bracelet. So it goes right around your wrist. Your keys are easily accessible to your hand instead of digging them off the bottom of a lanyard or out of your purse. You know, if you're wearing them, it literally falls right into your hand. Now, this particular one has Look What Meg Found and my signature magnifying glass with my name in it because it's fun. I like the ease of this. Now, it is stretchy, obviously, so you can put it over your wrist. I carry my keys on it. I took them off because you guys don't want to listen to my keys jingle the whole time we're on. But I carry my keys on it, and I have quite a few keys. I'm not going to lie about that. And this, I don't feel like this is going to slip off from the weight of my keys. So here's what I got for you on AMZ. One, you need really fun earrings. These laser cut wooden ones absolutely floored me when she sent them to me because, like I said, to me, wooden means big, clunky, and heavy, not light, airy, and delicate. And that is exactly what these are. The resin and glitter, you got to keep an eye out for those. She doesn't do those really often, but when she does, they go quickly. And anything that you need or want personalized with engraving, she can probably do it. So, final thoughts for the day, darlings. Go check out all of the amazing creators. If you would like to see the full-length reviews, I did link to the YouTube channel. Every single creator that I have showed today has a full-length review. And that is why I do the channel. I want you guys to be able to see and get to know these businesses and love them as much as I do. So, I will be back not next week. I will not see you guys next week. I will see you guys the week after, and I will have a whole ton of stuff to go over with you guys. So go grab a fresh cup of coffee, and if you have time to kill, hop over to YouTube and check out the full-length reviews of these creators. Bye, darlings.